The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle, where you can access your full potential right now. Finally break free from destructive habits. That dream life, if you want it, you can have it. This is where you transform your health, mind, business, and relationships. Or do nothing and keep your life the way it is. But if you're ready for change, you're in the right place. This is where you're gonna learn how to live a habit-based lifestyle. You are tuning in to the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle. Let's go.
Now, before we get into this episode, for some of you, this may offend you. And it may offend you because of this title. So if you're sensitive to this word, you may want to drop off right now. So over the last 4 years, I've been doing the work, doing the fucking work. This has been a huge motivator for me. This has been a huge part of my life. And this term, when I first heard it from Wake Up Warrior, I really grabbed onto it. And I would even use these sayings of DTFW, do the fucking work. I can remember using these hashtags on my post, claiming this. And yet, I was doing the work every single day. I was doing it at the highest level every single day. I lived and died by this term every single day. Do the fucking work. I subscribed to it. I spent and invested thousands of dollars in it. Hell, I even paid for clothing that said it. And over the last 4 years, I've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in a program called Wake Up Warrior. But here's one of the problems I found with doing the work. Doing the work is forced. It's controlled. And there's not a lot of freedom that comes with this. And lately, what I've been experiencing is there's not a lot of fulfillment from continuing to do the work. You see, oftentimes there's this empty feeling of mindlessly working towards something, chasing these external things. Hell, even causing unnecessary drama in my life. And you could also say at times, I trusted in other people's word and work more than my own. See, one of the things I've realized early on in 2019 is doing the fucking work no longer works for me in my life. There's been a lot of force that's come with this, doing the work. I'm tired of forcing the work because there's not a lot of creativity when it comes to force. There's not a lot of creativity inside of this place of force. And I'm tired of mindlessly doing the work. And I believe at some point in time, what's happening? I'm tired of mindlessly doing the work because at times the work never goes away. It causes chaos in my marriage, relationship. It means we just continue to pile on more and more work. But I'm tired of the to-do list. I'm tired of looking at all the things I got to do each and every day. I'm tired of checking the box. I'm tired of all the doing. And if I'm honest, it served me to the place I'm at today. Hell, I wouldn't be here where I'm at today without doing the fucking work. But here's what I know. In order to get to where I want to go, I'm going to have to change some things. You see, to me, phase one is no doubt doing the work, doing the fucking work. But you can't stay there forever because like anything else, in order for us to change and grow and expand, we must change our habits. We must change and evolve out of doing the fucking work to possibly doing something different. You see, what if it was possible to begin being the work? Yeah, that's right, being the work. Being present in the work. Being intentional in the work. Being centered and focused in the work. No longer doing the work, but stepping into being the fucking work. You see, what I found in being the work is I found presence. Presence in the work that I was actually doing. Presence in my family. You see, sometimes doing the work, we just start loading more and more work on, and we convince ourselves that we're doing more. And maybe we are to a certain extent, but for what reason? If it pulls me away from my wife and my kids, if it pulls me away from actually being present with myself. So you may be sitting there like, hey, how did you actually graduate from doing the work to actually being the work? Well, number one, I had to start recognizing what that actually was. You see, I'd spent so long doing the work and checking the boxes. When I stopped being fulfilled in that, I realized some things had to change. My intention about the work had to change. My intention about how I showed up had to change. And I want to share with you a couple surefire ways today on how I actually did this. You see, step one is being intentional about the work that you're doing or that I was doing. Does it get me closer to what I want? You see, oftentimes we do things like fitness. You know, maybe we do a CrossFit workout, but our ultimate goal is to maybe be a runner. And they don't really go together. Or maybe I'm working out like a bodybuilder, but I really just want to be in shape and functional. Or maybe we're doing this green smoothie that's 500 to 600 calories every single day, and yet I'm in the process of wanting to lose 40 or 50 pounds. They don't really make sense. So is the work you're doing intentional? Is it getting you closer to what you actually want? And that's step one. We have to identify being intentional about doing the work. Step two, asking yourself, how intentional are my habits? Am I just checking the box? Is it just like a robot? You see, having intention behind your habits means that you are taking them on a different direction. Like there's a vision of these habits and they're taking you to this place you want to go in the future. You see, most people think they have a results problem, but the reality of it is they have a habit problem because our habits are what create our results. So if my intention, and if I'm not intentional about my habits, how can I expect to get the results that I actually want? And then I end up just checking a box like a robot. And then the final question is, have I upgraded my habits in the last 30 to 60 days? You see, these three things, you begin to change how you actually communicate, how you look at your habits. They start becoming a part of you. They start being you instead of just doing the work to check the box and it really not taking you anywhere. And I've watched so many people the last 4 years do these habits that really didn't take them anywhere. And they fell apart when they stopped because they stopped upgrading them. And I believe there's a huge part of this that doing the work may be the foundation, but being the work is what actually takes us to the next level. And one of the things that I wrote down in my journal the other day is it's time to be the work instead of do the work. It's time to be the fucking work and stop doing and start being. And allow yourself to actually step into this phase two if you're ready for it, if you're ready to set an intention behind it, to see a whole new possibility. And this is where a lot of the powers came in for me. But I want to thank you for being on here today and thank you for sharing this journey with me today. If you're looking to connect further with a group of like-minded people, join myself and hundreds of others in my Habit-Based Lifestyle Secrets group on Facebook, where I'll be dropping daily habits, tips, tricks, and where you can begin living this habit-based lifestyle. If you have any questions, comments, requests, feel free to contact me, jesse@habitbasedlifestyle.com. Hit me up, leave me a review. Let me know some things that you may want to learn about with habits. Until next episode, have an awesome day.
The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse Ewing.